Clients don't like surprises. That might seem like it goes without saying, but I made the mistake. I saw a consultant just a few weeks ago make that mistake, and I don't want you to have to make that mistake because it hurts your credibility and it precludes you from being that deep trust partner that you want to be to really maximize your relationships with your clients. Let me tell you my story first, and I'll tell you a quick one about the consultant I saw just a little while ago do this and just what can happen. This is quite some time ago. I was a pretty young consultant at the time. And some of you might remember Laura Scudder's potato chips. I'm pretty sure they're out of business now. But they were a big organization at that time. And I was working with the CFO, doing some financial work. And I had told him a couple of weeks before that the financials that we were working on, things weren't looking too good. And he was probably due for some increases in his budget that he didn't expect. But in that subsequent 2 weeks period of time, from that meeting to the next meeting I was going to have with him, his name is Dave, I figured out, in collaboration with another vendor, how to actually save him money. I was excited. Dave's going to love this. So I go into the meeting with Dave and this other vendor that he was paying that I thought he was going to have to increase his budget with. And I said, Dave, the increase you thought you were going to get, actually we're going to be able to decrease by X%. Thinking he's going to be really excited. He looked at me with this death glare. And I thought, oh, something's wrong here. We talk through the rest of the meeting. He signs the agreement with this vendor, gets his discount. Vendor leaves, and I'm sitting there with Dave, and he says, I don't like surprises. You should have told me that ahead of time so I could plan how I wanted to deal with that. Maybe we could leverage it even further. But it made me look like I wasn't plugged in to the process. It was you out there working this thing through, not you and me together as a team working this thing through. And I never forgot that lesson. Just a couple of weeks ago, we're doing some work for a large client. There's another consulting firm involved doing some different work. They were making a presentation to the executive team. We were sitting in on the meeting because we're essentially part of that executive group. And he's going through his presentation, and then out of the blue, he turns to the CFO and says, now, this is about you. And goes on to lay about 6 bullet points down about some mismanaged financial analysis. Like, what? And he did it with a certain degree of smugness, like, isn't this pretty cool that we're smart enough to catch this? It put him on the complete sidelines in terms of being a member of that executive team, which is, I believe, your ultimate objective as a consultant, is to really be absorbed into the team and looked at as an indispensable organic part of that team. So even if you have good news, clients don't like surprises. Pull them in like a partner, keep them plugged into your thinking along the process, and you'll start to really evolve yourself as a true business partner with that client. No surprises.